The arena pulsed with energy long before the first punch was thrown. A sea of fans, flags waving, voices rising, all waiting for a moment they knew would deliver violence, drama, and truth. Under the bright lights stood two fighters shaped by completely different paths, yet destined to collide on the same stage. In one corner, Gervonta Tank Davis, undefeated, explosive, and feared. A champion whose power could erase a fight in a single second. Calm on the outside, but carrying a storm within his gloves. Across from him stood Isaac Pitbull Cruz, shorter, stockier, built like a machine designed only to move forward. No wasted motion, no hesitation, just pressure. He wasn't here to admire the champion. He wasn't here for survival. He was here to test him. The referee's instructions were routine, but the tension wasn't. Protect yourselves at all times. The words echoed, but neither man needed reminding. They had prepared for war. When they touched gloves, it wasn't respect that defined the moment. It was acknowledgement. Each man understood exactly what stood in front of him. Then came the bell. Davis moved first, smooth and calculated, gliding across the canvas with sharp awareness. Cruz followed immediately, cutting off the ring, stepping forward like a predator with no reverse gear. From the opening seconds, the contrast was clear. One man thinking, the other advancing. The crowd felt it instantly. This wasn't going to be easy for the champion. Cruz wasn't intimidated. He wasn't backing down. He was coming forward, and he wasn't stopping. As the early rounds unfolded, the fight began to take shape, and it wasn't the rhythm many expected. Gervonta Davis, known for controlling distance and dictating pace, found himself forced into tighter spaces. Isaac Cruz was always there, just inches away, applying suffocating pressure that never allowed the champion to fully settle. Davis remained composed, his eyes sharp, his movements efficient. He probed with his jab, looking for openings, setting traps, and when he found them, he struck, fast, clean, precise. A sharp counter landed, snapping Cruz's head back just enough to draw a roar from the crowd. It was a reminder of the danger he carried. But Cruz didn't retreat. He absorbed the shot, reset his feet, and stepped forward again, one punch at a time. No wild flurries, no panic, just steady, disciplined aggression. His focus was clear. Close the distance, make it uncomfortable, turn the fight into something gritty. The tension grew with every exchange. Davis landed the cleaner shots, his accuracy undeniable. Yet Cruz controlled something just as important, the geography of the fight. He forced Davis backward, cutting off angles, making every second feel like a battle for space. Then came a moment of chaos, a quick exchange, bodies colliding, a stumble. The crowd surged to its feet, sensing a knockdown. But the referee waved it off. No knockdown, just the intensity of two fighters refusing to give ground. That moment shifted something. Davis began to sit down on his punches more. Cruz pressed even harder. The fight was no longer just technical. It had become a test of will.
By the middle rounds, the fight had evolved into something deeper than strategy. This was no longer about who could execute a game plan better. It was about who could endure. Gervonta Davis adjusted, as great fighters do. His punches came with sharper intent now. He began targeting openings with precision, timing Cruz as he stepped in. Short hooks, compact uppercuts, efficient, dangerous work inside the chaos. Each clean connection drew a reaction, a reminder of the champion's elite skill. But Isaac Cruz refused to break. Round after round, he marched forward, his pressure relentless. Even when punches landed flush, he kept coming. No visible hesitation, no sign of doubt, just forward motion. It was as if he had made peace with the danger and chosen to walk through it. The referee's voice cut through the action at times. "Stop! Let him go!" But the intensity never truly faded. Every reset lasted only seconds before Cruz was back in range, forcing Davis to engage again. Fatigue began to show, shoulders heavier, breathing deeper, yet neither man slowed enough to change the outcome of a round decisively. The crowd, fully invested now, reacted to every exchange. They could feel it, the tension, the balance, the uncertainty. Davis was landing the cleaner shots. Cruz was dictating the fight's terms. And somewhere between precision and pressure, the line between winning and surviving became blurred. Each round closed with more questions than answers, because despite everything, Cruz was still there, still pressing, still believing.
As the championship rounds approached, the fight carried a different weight. 12 rounds of pressure, precision, and persistence had brought both men to the edge. Every movement now mattered more. Every mistake could define the outcome. Gervonta Davis remained composed under fire. His experience showed in subtle ways, the way he controlled distance in brief moments, the way he chose when to engage, when to pivot, when to fire. His punches, though fewer, carried clarity and purpose. Isaac Cruz, however, never changed. He kept coming. Even in the final rounds, with fatigue setting in and the stakes at their highest, he refused to step back. His determination became the story. Each forward step drew energy from the crowd, who now recognized they were witnessing more than just a title defense. They were watching a man prove himself in real time. The final round arrived with urgency. Davis boxed smart, staying sharp, avoiding unnecessary risks. Cruz pressed until the very last second, chasing a moment that never quite came. Then the bell rang. And just like that, it was over. For a brief moment, the arena fell into a hush. Both fighters stood at center ring, marked by battle but defined by resilience. The decision was announced, unanimous. And still, Gervonta Davis retained his title. But the result told only part of the story, because on that night,